So Kate and I have cleaned up the whole studio. Like, it's normally pretty clean, but we've gone over the top because I've got Dave coming from Aquarium Gardens. Now, I've known Dave for 4 years, 5 years maybe, something like that. I met him when I had 1,000 subscribers. I asked to come to the shop. He said, yeah, sure, come along, have a film. And then, yeah, I've just been going back and chatting and doing things with Dave ever since. So this is the first time he's coming to my studio, because normally I go to his shop with his gallery, which is immaculate and like the best scapes you'll ever see. And I just want him to, I want to really impress him with our studio that we've got here, because it's completely different to his style. So Dave has a ton of full-on high-end aquascapes, apart from a couple that I did recently. Oh no, not just a couple. I did a couple there recently in my style, and I've also got a corner with more low-tech stuff now, which is very recent. But you know, I created the first tanks in that area. But Dave does like weekly water changes and constant maintenance, like once a week as well, which is completely the opposite of what we do here. You know, I just sort of let everything go and do its own natural thing. I mean, yeah, some of the tanks are overgrown, but it's all good, I think. It just looks natural, and the fish seem to love it as well. So completely contrasting to here, so I'm really keen to see what he thinks. He's going to be here very shortly as well, about 30 minutes. We're also building a tank in his style as well whilst he's here. So yeah, everything's looking good. The 8-foot had a bit of a problem. The timer went wrong, and it turned out it's had full light for a whole week. There's a little bit of algae going on in some of the areas, like on the wood you can see there, and up in this Mario film. But you know, algae is natural in nature, and this was supposed to be like a Amazon snapshot. So yeah, that's all good. The Discus tank is looking fantastic, which we've just set up. So I'm really pleased with that. All the fish are really happy. They're all out in the open now. Look, they know who I am. They come forwards, and they know that I feed them. And I'll feed them in a minute, actually, because like I'm really trying to get them in the habit of coming forwards for food. So that's great just to see that there. That's only been happening in the last few days or so, when they've got really comfortable with me and come to the front like that. But yeah, around this way. So this is the tank that we're going to be setting up, a 60 centimetre. It's the Superfish one. It's the actual kit. So we're going to start it off as the kit and then show like the upgrades that you can do as well. Mainly the lighting, and we've got a light background as well. So he's also bringing an absolute ton of wood and hardscape. But I'm looking forward to showing him my really overgrown tanks, because they're completely different style to his. It's more of a complete natural jungle style. These will all be changing soon, but it's come at the right time so you can see them all in there. Well, I think glory. I mean, some people like more controlled look. Some people like the jungle look that I do as well. So hopefully he does. We've got the puffer tank looking good. We've got the rainbow tank next to it also looking fantastic. It's morning, so they're all coloured up nicely. Look at that post mining in the background there. What a beaut. But the self-sustaining aquarium is one I'm really keen to show him, because this doesn't have water changes. It's barely got any filtration at all. It's just got two sort of, I'd say, medium budget lights. And, you know, that's it. And just look at how good everything is. Obviously, I've reduced the number of cardinal tetras. We did have more, but I put a load of them in with the Discus. But yeah, really keen to show him. I was going to trim the swordtail tank back with all the pearl weed in it. But when you do that, it kind of looks a bit drab for a little while. So I thought, just leave it and I'll do it afterwards. But yeah, just a little bit different. I've just set up this awesome little sort of shallow pond as well, which has got a ton of cories in it. You can see them all down there. And it's got my betta fish as well. I've literally just put him in, so he's getting comfortable and exploring the whole place at the moment. But hopefully I'll be able to overlay a shot of him actually out. He'll be out soon. He's just going to get comfortable. We've got the Mabuna tank to show him as well. So this is completely different to any of the tanks that he does, because he only does planted tanks. So yeah, just a different style. Hopefully he likes that. Yeah, so absolutely loads to show him. I hope he's going to like it. Right, Dave is here. He's literally outside. He's just got out of his car, and I was like, we're filming straight away, poor guy. 4-hour drive. He's not even stretched his legs. Okay, Dave. Dave? Is he hiding? I bet he's hiding. Oh, he's not.
It's on my phone.
This is Dave, everyone.
Hello.
I've already done an intro on the video of who you are.
Yeah.
But,
I can't believe I'm here. I'm about to walk in.
5 years, I think I worked it out as, since I first met you.
Was it really?
Yeah, that time when I came and had 1,000 subs.
Time goes fast.
But yeah, come on in.
Wow, let's go.
Come on in.
That shop's nice warm in here.
Yeah, it's nice and warm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tanks here. Well, we know there's a lot of tanks here, but there really are a lot of tanks here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it.
This, I'm getting more. Just
not.
Yeah. But yeah.
This is amazing. I love like the smell. It's like tropical. It's like going in some sort of tropical house. You know?
Really?
Yeah,
I think you can smell the bleach on the floor.
Oh, maybe it's that then.
Kate's literally just come in, cleaned the floor, and then gone out. But
I was thinking it was like the plants. And
no, that's what it is. Yeah, the bleachy plants.
bleachy plants.
It does normally have a sort of tropical smell for sure, because obviously you've got the humidity and stuff, which is I keep to a minimum because the thingy sucks it out.
I think that's what I felt when I came in. But actually, when you go to those greenhouses and like botanical gardens. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. Right, what do you want to look at first, Dave?
Oh, I don't know. I just want to go and look around at all your tanks and all your fish and everything.
Cool.
You didn't have to tidy up for me, by the way.
We proper tidied up.
It looks so spick and span.
It's normally decent, right? But there's going to be like the thing there, you know, the thing there, because I'm always creating something. So there's always a background level of mess.
Yeah, that's
but I knew that, you know, with how pristine your gallery is.
Not all.
You know.
Well, we try. Where do you want? Should we
just walk around this way. So
wow.
Yeah, so these are very jungly, Dave. I was going to trim them all up before you came, but I thought,
great,
you know what, I'll just leave them as they are because that's how they are. You know, I'd remove some floating plants and stuff, but
I love the wood coming out the top as well, and all the plants coming out the top. It's amazing.
Yeah, so the idea is for this one, you can't tell now, but it was one sort of scape where the wood sort of flows through it all.
Yeah.
But the plants kind of took over.
The plants take over, yeah. I like the stone here, it's really nice.
Yeah, that's the one that you gave me this when I came down.
I knew that.
Yeah. This is also yours as well. Ty gave it to me.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And I just like how it all just...
red, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely, mate. Really nice. Breeze blocks?
Yeah, just to raise the level. Like if you had it at home, obviously the level's fine. You sat down on the sofa.
Yeah.
But because we're in the studio, just for like me being able to be in front of it and stuff, it just makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Remember, studio, not gallery.
Studio, not gallery. Whatever. I don't know where to look next. I mean, I turn around and there's more tanks straight away.
So this is rainbows.
Yeah, these are fantastic.
Yeah, this is the scape I've gone for, more like a traditional style with, you know, the fin back foreground. Yeah. Again, it's gone bulky as hell, and the Java ferns just keep growing really well for me in this tank, so I've just sort of left it because I harvest them, so like you can see where I've taken some out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I do struggle sometimes with Java ferns. I find that they pretty much all die back, and then eventually I get the new growth that's converted to whatever my water likes, and then it looks good. So I kind of like
to lower light and no CO2 compared to our tank. So
every single tank is no CO2.
The Java fern Windelove looks great though.
Yeah, it does.
Really good.
I mean, obviously, there's some the brown you're seeing is where the new shoots have come off the dead leaves in each one. You can see. But I have to leave that obviously because that's the nutrients and whatever. So
and plants like Boost and Anubias, they're just fantastic. They do really well.
Yeah, they do.
They? No CO2.
For some reason, Bulbitis for me does amazingly well.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe it's your water. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be. It must be something to do with that.
That looks great.
Then we've got the puffers here.
Puffers, nice.
These are Congo puffers. We've got 4. I've originally had 7. 2 of them had really bad ick to start with and just was weaker, so I lost a couple. But, you know, it happens. Yeah. And then another one got a shell caught in its mouth and I could not get it out.
Oh, no.
And it withered away. But these are like the strongest of them. And this is Big Bertha. She's the big female.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, she's wicked.
I've gone for sort of like a African feel.
Yeah.
But it's quite forwards. If I was to do the tank again, I'd definitely do it so that it's more like set back more. But you know, that's learning, isn't it? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
do you always use 2 lights on the tanks, or you use some
so there's only one on there. I've just got one there to. I started with it. It was just too much light. Yeah. Because there's so much close to the surface. So yeah, that's why I did that on that one. Cool. And plus, it's a place to just keep it. It's not just hanging around. I'll use it at some point for sure. Wow. Yeah. So this is our tank for today.
This is it. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be escaping this one. I've just set it up as the kit comes, but obviously we've got a light background. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, but, if I remember to put them in the car, hopefully.
Please tell me you did.
Well, I took them out last night, and I did put them back in. It's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got the light background. We've got, and Dave's got an ADA light for it, haven't you? Did you remember that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Do you know what? I got in the car this morning, and I was like, I'm driving down the road and I'm going, I know everything's in the car, but I didn't do a final check. But
Oh.
that's what's fine.
So it might or might not be there.
Well, I packed it Saturday, so unless, like, I don't know, someone, yeah, it's be fine.
I should mention, we were arranged this last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Dave started loading the car up on Friday.
Yeah, well, you know, I just got carried away and excited. Got to escape a tank.
So much as well. Like,
And-
I'll cut to a clip of what's in the car.
Well, yeah, as much as I can fit in. Well, we'll see. Right. It's going to go in this.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that would be cool, but...
Just on its own.
Yeah.
That's just for you.
One rock. What's this?
I don't know. It's got somebody's name in on it though.
And it says ADA. I've never had an ADA light. Dave's bought me an ADA. Amazonia. Did you just bring all your ADA stuff?
I got a bit carried away. What can I say?
And then behind you here then, Dave, is my whole sort of storage fish wall sort of thing. So I've got like some baby acaras there growing out. I've got some smaller fish that are going to be going in escape. I've got snail breeding. I've got a couple of fish down here that were breeding, so I put them in. Again, same down here. So these are like maintenance free and just like kind of perfect for what I need them for. You know, I don't have to do anything to them.
Yeah.
Everything's so dark.
This is
Let me
really
just
cool
adjust.
because you can just, if you're setting up a new tank, you've got fish ready to go, and you don't have to
Exactly.
go to the shop and stuff. And
So sometimes I go to the shop, but like if I go there and they've just received them, I'll put them in here first.
okay.
If I know they've had them a while, because I know that their treatment regimes are like solid, then I just, I'm fine straight away. But depending on what they're going in, if most of the time they're going in a new tank, so it's like their own quarantine.
Yeah.
And then shrimp down on the bottom and baby fish. So any babies I get, I tend to put them in here and just let them all grow out together, and then eventually they sort of go to another
That gives them
tank.
the best chance, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then next to you here we've got Timmy.
Yay, famous.
And this is a nice simple setup. It's basically a retaining wall, and then like I guess it's cast as a riparium, or is it pallet? I don't really know.
Half and half. Pallet
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's nice with the mist, mystical. It stays perfectly clean as well because they're quite messy.
Yeah.
Their poop is very poopy,
Right.
so easy to clean, and he loves it, and we get to see him all the time. Kate's favourite or second favourite. No, she can't have favourites.
Yeah, of course you can. No, that's a cool tank though. It's really cool.
It's just to grow out for like certain. I struggle with Val again. It takes a while to kick off.
Oh, okay.
And then once it has, it does that. So
okay.
the
That's
idea of this
interesting,
one is I can harvest it when I need to.
I think we are fine with that because we're hard water, so it takes carbon from carbonates in the water.
Yes.
So it thrives in harder water.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
softer, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
But once it changes and adapts, then it seems it's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, mate,
and then here is my Amazon puffers. So you've got on the other side of the Congo puffers, so completely different part of the
This
world.
is really green, this.
Yeah,
Super
just the
green.
Chihiros, that's
Oh,
why.
okay. Now you look up and there's, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, I just gave it a big, it was so dense back there. Like, it's a forest tank. That was the look I was going for with the uprights.
Yeah.
It's so dense. Again, the Java Fern's doing great because you can see the originals underneath, the original leaves.
Yeah.
Again, they're all pretty rough compared to your style.
No, they're just different style, aren't they? And this is like jungle style. This is raw, authentic, like just your style, isn't it? And it just looks great. Like the water's super clear, the plants are healthy.
Yeah.
Like it's perfect. It's great.
Perfect for what I sort of like. I would describe myself as a planted tank maker rather than a aquascaper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because the composition to me isn't as important as the plants looking jungly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what you want it to be as well. Like this is like there's so many different sides of the hobby, and it's what I love about the hobby. And everyone has a side that they love and are passionate about.
Yeah.
And just do that. Right?
Yeah. And then you can't fail, can you? Because
No, exactly. Yeah.
like as long as someone can learn to grow plants, they're away in whatever style they want.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, I would say, if you can grow plants, you can, that's the place to start. And that's learn how to master plant growth.
Yeah.
And then do what you want after that, because it doesn't matter how good your hardscaping and aquascaping skills are. You can't grow plants. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, unless you like hardscape only.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
which
Yeah.
isn't really
exactly. If you like
your
hard-
thing, or
but if you set up a lovely tank with hardscape and the plants will die, then it's a waste of time anyway. So
yeah.
you can grow plants. So this is
Yeah, I can grow plants. I can. So this one is This is coming down soon. Again, I wanted to leave it just for you because these fish have grown massively. I bought them as babies. They were tiny, but just look at how beautiful they're looking now.
How old are these fish then?
So Matt got them when he was here.
Okay.
So they must have been like 6 months when I got them. So they're like getting on for 2 years maybe.
Yep.
But they were all literally little tiddlers. And I started upping the food from a flake food to a pellet. And at that point, they just took off. We started getting more males. We're going for like a Game of Thrones theme, like the Iron Throne sort of thing, which worked at the time because they're smaller. But now I need to go back to, you know, a lot more open space for them and more of an actual African lake rather than the mythical theme. But it does look cool, and I'm glad I've done it. But again, Chihiros lighting. Yeah. So, first fail.
It's messy.
Sorry, so messy. But yeah, if you look under it, you see I've sort of tinted it a bit more red. Yeah. And that's really helped the punchiness of the reds come through. Yeah. But I like it.
It's really effective, isn't it? It stands out well.
I quite like it. Yeah, it's cool for harvesting reds as well when I want to take them and put them in another two. Because obviously the production for me is like it needs to be looking amazing quite quickly. Yeah. And when you've got all of these plants available just to take snippets from, you can get that mature look straight away.
Yeah, yeah. It's really handy doing that, yeah.
Especially for, you know, video production.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is my latest one, actually. This is my Discus tank. These are all juveniles, obviously, and getting really good success so far. We went through a tiny bit of an algae phase to start with, but some bristlenose in there. They sorted it all out on the wood, and everything's balanced, which is great because you feed them a ton, Dave, like you wouldn't believe.
Really, yeah.
Have you ever kept Discus, Dave?
No, I've never kept Discus, no. I think it's the hot water thing and the plants.
That's true.
So, yeah, this looks really effective.
Well, currently we're sat at 29 degrees.
Wow, it's hot.
And everything's doing okay, though. I think apparently, so Cheryl from the shop is the one who convinced me to get them again. I looked at her Discus, they're amazing. I just said, I'm going to do everything you tell me to do because you can get so much information from so many different people. Yeah. But her proof was in the pudding. She said, stick to 29. Any higher than that, the plants will struggle. But it seems to be working brilliantly.
Did you have to choose like particular plants or anything you would avoid?
I just done my usual thing, stick everything in, see what works, and if it doesn't, don't use it again sort of thing.
Fair enough, yeah. It's the best way, isn't it? Trial and error.
Yeah.
Lilies look great, the colour on those, lily pads.
Yeah, they were already pretty red. But there's definitely new stuff coming off that's good as well. We've got some decent lighting. It's these new Hyger ones.
Okay, I've not used these yet.
But it's a different colouring. It's more of a like white light. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But that seemed to work really well with the colouring of the Discus and the rest of the fish. So.
Yeah, it's great. What filter? You got external filtration?
Yeah, it's got the Awase 850.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And some horrible wiring. Damn it, exposed.
I'm not known for my wiring.
But yeah, so there's that one.
Mate.
And then I've come across, so this is the 8 foot.
It's just gigantic, isn't it?
Yeah, it was looking so much better, Dave, but I've just realised yesterday there was a fault with the timer and it's been on 24 hours for about a week.
I've done that, and I've done that too many times. I've done it about 3 or 4 times, but the red plants went really, really red for it, which is amazing.
Yeah, I bet, the problem is obviously there's so many fish that I feed a lot, right? Yeah. So usually it wouldn't be a problem. Like, it's not great for the fish, obviously. They need sleep time. But it's one of those Wi-Fi controllers.
Oh, okay.
And I think every now and again it sort of resets itself, and that's what went wrong. So I'm just going to get switched back to
blame Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm switching back to the mechanicals. But so we've got again, all these angels were babies when I got them, as were the keyhole cichlids as well. And there's Chunks at the back there who was also about that big when I got him. He's just
crazy.
He's just sat there.
He's a happy chappy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
There's so much to look at. Yeah, I love I love the variety in the fish. I love the swords, the big swords. You don't see many tanks with big sword plants that are 2 foot tall.
That was the idea of it, was like to focus on the swords, get that Amazon feel. And like Kate hates this plant, this Myriophyllum. She wants it cut back. But like when you look at Amazon, you get these big, tall plants like that looping over, providing cover.
Over the top, don't they? Yeah. Is that the one Ty gave you? No.
Yes. It was an original cutting from that. Not that one. It's you know what it grows like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in that tank. It was in that tank as well, and that I've cut that about 4 or 5 times. So it's.
And it looks really natural with it flopping over the top, I think. And, if everything was the same height, yeah, it just looks good.
It fills that area as well, because otherwise that's a complete negative space, which sometimes is nice, but I think it just gives it a bit more realism.
The fish love it as well, because they can go out under the cover and come out in the open and stuff. So
yeah, well, you can even see them at the back that they're going backwards and forwards. But if it was completely open, I don't think they would be up in those top areas.
No, that's right. Yeah, I reckon.
Okay, then over next to it, this is a new little scaper I just set up.
On a new video recently.
All the babies in there. Completely simple, nothing complicated.
Yeah.
That was the idea, was that I could show people that if you set this up, the only maintenance you're going to need to do is occasionally just go. That's on wheels. That's my.
I was leaning in.
That's my production cart.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, you just zip up there, trim a couple of those little H-rod there, and that's all the maintenance this thing will need. So. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, how quick can you set that up? Just anybody can do that, nice and easy.
Yeah.
It's just a load of plants, nice hardscape.
Big.
Like the wood coming out the top.
Yeah, that's what I always like to do. Just gives transform. I mean, I can even put some plants up there. I probably will. So as you'll notice, obviously looking around, I've got a lot of plants coming out the top of the tanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Just I think it creates more of that
it's great
tropical
feel.
vibe.
It's quite a high ceiling as well,
Yeah.
so going upwards, it kind of helps go fill that void and
Yeah, and just looks more impactful. I think, in general.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love it. I love the jungle vibe in here.
So then down here we've got these are a breeding pair.
Okay.
So I put them in here as the babies that you saw over there. These are the parents. Now I put them in here to breed, and then like happens, they've stopped breeding. Now they're in there. But I've got a plan.
To do that.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently people are saying it's because when in the other tank they had other fish and it triggered the spawning. But I've also said if I can add some botanicals and things like that as well, and more of the frozen foods and things, it should happen again. So I'm gonna get it to happen again, because they had so many babies, but so many got eaten. So that's why I thought, okay, I'm gonna put them in this tank, and then hopefully we can get them to do it again.
Yeah, do it, guys.
So this one here is different to what you're used to, isn't it? Look.
Yeah.
No plants.
But I mean, look at the fish.
Yeah, that's
just crazy. Is that all real rock, Sirius stone?
Yeah, it's basically just piled up. It's not even glued.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks great. It looks great. I mean, this is totally not what I'm used to. But actually, I love the fact that this cichlid tank with the stones and stuff is in an open top, opti-white glass tank, because it looks really sleek, like really high end.
Yeah.
Even though it's just a pile of rocks and some fish inside, it looks really effective like that.
Yeah, so I think of this one more like a sort of thing you'd have in a sort of modern house, in a kitchen or dining area.
Yeah, I'd get that.
And it's got the colour pop, so people would love that. Because let's face it, they're some of the most colourful fish in the freshwater hobby. But like you say, so easy to do. Yeah. And I don't do any maintenance on this ever. Yeah. Nothing at all. Top it up, that's it. It's got a waze as well. Yeah. I think it's 850 in there as well. Just a bit of sand at the bottom. Yeah. And then there's a clean-up crew, but they're more sort of, they come out when we feed. It's just like bristle nose and things like that. But yeah, we're doing a tank at home soon. We're doing a couple actually. And Kate wants me to do something like this for the living area as well. Kids love them too.
I was going to say everyone's going to enjoy it, and the kids and the family and friends coming over and stuff. It's one of those tanks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, let me take you around this way though, because there's one I really want to show you. We've got to get on building, but so this is my self-sustaining tank.
Oh, wow.
So this is the one I've set up that I've done nothing to.
This was the one I wanted to see the most.
Okay,
because, cool. I wanted to see how successful it is on a no maintenance, no nothing tank. Because in my mind, I don't get it. How can a tank not have any maintenance? But clearly, there is good results to be had for this, and something to be said for it.
Yeah.
I've never tried it myself, but
so it's basically the substrate system that's doing the work.
Yeah.
Now there's a little internal filter at the back, but that's just got some carbon in that. I could take it out now; it wouldn't make any difference. But and then I've got a little surface skimmer here which needs cleaning, which isn't actually. There is some maintenance, but that's the first time I've actually cleaned it in 5 months. And then down below, we've just got auto top up.
Okay.
Auto doser.
Yeah.
That's it. And yeah.
So let me just clarify. You don't do any water changes?
No water changes. All I do is top up that water.
Oh, I'm going to fall over in a minute. That's just unbelievable. Yeah.
Now remember, my TDS at the tap is 100.
Yeah.
So it's probably gaining TDS over time.
Right.
Could probably check that in a minute, actually. I'll overlay now what the TDS is after 6 months.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying don't ever do water change to anyone. I'm saying do them when they're needed, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of these, don't water change. If I do a TDS check in a minute and it's within a good range, even if it's a 400 or 500, which is your tap water, isn't it?
Yeah, really high, like something like that, 400, I think.
Yeah. If it's at that, I'm still fine with that.
Yeah.
I think it's like above 1,000 where I'd be like, okay, let's get 50% of the water out and sort of reset
sort of tank where you're going to react to, like, visually to what you see,
Definitely,
aren't you? So, and it's all in the name of experimentation. Like, this is the whole point of this tank, isn't it? It's like experimenting. I think these are probably key.
Yeah,
these
massive.
really help. Obviously, loads of plants help. What would you say is like the main thing that makes that successful?
Both those points, but without the substrate system, I think you'll struggle with the growth that we're getting because the growth is helping massively. I bet there's like barely any nitrate in it as well, to be honest, because of these guys and the floating plants as well.
There's
just
no flow either, is there? I've just noticed, like, it just goes against everything like I'm used to. But it's great. Like, I'm all for like trying everything and pushing boundaries and stuff. And
so there's no visual flow, but there is enough that it doesn't get that sort of misty look. I've found it way harder to do a tank this size without any flow. You do get pockets of mistiness and stuff like that. So hence why I just put the little surface skimmer in, just to get that gentle movement and it.
Do you touch the substrate much?
Not at all. I've never done anything.
Is it important that you don't do that, do you think?
I mean,
does that not matter?
Do you mean in terms of like siphoning on the top?
Yeah, like if you were to move some plants around and get loads of dirt in the water.
I can move the plants around, I can do, but I'm just careful when I pull them out.
Yeah.
But the stuff that's underneath it, the pond soil, even if you get a little bit in the water column, it's not actually that bad anyway because it's not massively nutrient dense.
Right.
So any nutrients that go into the water column, these plants are just going to suck it up anyway.
Yeah.
So you're all good with that.
That looks great, mate. Really, 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 really good.
I've got a 5 or 6 foot tank coming for the house as well, and this is the style we're going to set up right by my desk area. Kate likes it. So she's never been into tanks like this that look rough and jungly.
Yeah.
But now this one is the one that she's gone. Yeah, I like that. I'd like that in the house.
That's fantastic. Great. That's a win, then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then next to it we've got the pearlweed monster.
This is still going. I didn't know this is still going.
Do you know why it's still going? Because I'm here on my own and I cannot get that rock out without help.
So this is going to be here until the end.
Well, no, I've got my friend starting in January.
Oh, wow.
So, videographer for me and everything like that, just to help with speeding everything up and more content, better content, more like just setting up tanks. You know how I do it when I'm constantly changing the tripod and getting new shot locations, stuff like that. Well, that'll just be done.
You don't have to worry about that anymore. You can just focus on this.
Exactly what I'm doing,
That's amazing.
And, it will speed it up and it will just make it way better as well, like more interactive for the audience. So, I was going to do a trim up before you come, but when you do that, you get that sort of rough edge and a couple of the yellower sort of stuff underneath from the light. So I thought, just keep it as it is. And
it's a super effective tank with the bright orange swordtails and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I did have more black mollies, but I think they're way older now. Plus the swordtails are more aggressive. Yeah. And I moved 2 of them across over to the one next to it, and they're having babies in there, so it's kind of like carrying it on.
You know what I really like? There's so much variety in here. So you've got this super green tank with the big rocks and the orange. You've got this wild jungle look there. You've got the red tank over there. There's so much variety in here.
Yeah.
Like,
that was the plan, yeah.
Yeah,
because I don't want to be bored, I want variety, and then also that transpires over for the audience as well, So
that's great.
I'm always trying to think, what can I do different that I'm going to enjoy? Not too different. It's still wood, rocks, and plants, isn't it? But you know what I mean.
It can be hard as well to think of new things. So you've got so many tanks, and you're still thinking of new things. So it's great. How creative you are.
Yeah, and then if we come around this way, we have got this is the tank George set up when he was here.
Oh, wow.
This video hasn't been released yet, but we're now at a level where the plants have come up because a lot of them were like the lab ones.
Yep.
So they're all way further down. So it's taken longer to get up there.
So how many weeks is this?
6,
roughly?
I'd say.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Considering the background was basically nothing. I mean, it's doing pretty well. I added in a couple of reds that I trimmed off, but just in the certain areas.
Yeah, he's done all right, isn't he?
It's going to be good when I don't know what fish to go with at all, but I'm going to pick something cool, like something a little bit different.
Yeah, nice. So you've got soil in the background there as well?
Yeah, so it's not what I do, is it?
Yeah, okay. That's
but I'm going to be getting into it a bit more. But so with this one, for instance, it had full CO2. I think it's just running out now. I just need to top it up. It's had full CO2 the whole time.
Okay.
And I'm absolutely fine doing that with soil, but I find it takes way longer to balance without CO2 and just bare soil on the surface, just because the nutrients are more in the water column, and it's more work. It's easily to do, but it's just more work, and obviously there's only so much time I can dedicate to each tank.
Have you had to do more water change on this one, have you found, or not?
I've actually only done one.
It looks great, so I'm not going to say anything.
And the reason was because the diatom outbreak was insane because I didn't do more. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So if I kind of did it in a way to show the audience what happens.
Diatoms is all right though.
Yeah,
I think it's, I guess, a good sign. The tank, I have it for 2 weeks. We get it in the showroom all the time, like in new tanks with the big 1500. We had 2 weeks of diatoms. It's good to show that people don't panic and just power on through.
Yes. Yeah. Because you could look at that diatom phase and go, I'm rubbish. This is rubbish. I've spent all this money. But no, within like a week, take a bit out manually. I put some bristlenose in and some Amanos. And I came in like 2 days later and it was almost all gone. So, it's an easy fix.
It's good not to panic if you get it. Just crack on.
Yeah, and just a nice little better one here. He's hiding. Where is he? Oh, he's at the back somewhere. Come forward.
No, he's shy.
He's in there. But yeah, that was just a nice simple one to show. Just epiphytes only.
Lovely, mate.
With some plants at the top. Then we've got my saltwater one next to, which is this one here. It's a little bit... Oh, no. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so these are my snowflake clowns and macroalgae galore.
That's gone insane.
Classic me, just not trimming it up. But I just don't know. It's so nice that I don't want to sort of take any out. But I definitely need to soon. I mean, the fish don't mind. They swim all around in it, don't they? So, like, they're getting... Sorry?
You're having fun with this one, is it?
It's more... It's not as fun to me as planted tanks. But I like the fish. And I like that it's next to my desk so I can sit and enjoy the fish. So that's kind of a fish tank for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're like cichlids. They behave like they know you.
More like pets, aren't they? Like into personality and stuff.
So it's a nice little one. Okay, then up the top here.
Oh, I really like this one, actually,
Yeah, so I was going for like a river edge. And then I tried to stick to one plant, but I couldn't help it. I had to stick in a little bit of the... And that's all dwarf sage, actually. It's not Falconaria. It's just that with the lower lighting, because I turned it down, it reaches, doesn't it?
Up, yeah.
And these were babies that I didn't even know were in there, that have now grown up. I switched some floating plants from my barb tank, and they were in the floating plants, the eggs, I guess, and they just,
ended up in there.
Carried on.
Nice.
And this one below, I've just set it up. It's literally new. So this is like it's a Cory tank. So we've got all the Cories down here, and then we've got our better fish as well. So, we've got some gold lasers and stuff in there. They're a bit shy at the moment, and they're not used to me being this close, so they're sort of like going everywhere. But it's a
really nice scape. This is scaped really well. This one, with the kind of arch and the two islands and stuff. Yeah.
So this is one I did very, very early on in my channel, like one of the first ecosystem style tanks that I did. In this tank. Recently I got it out. So I want to do it again with like the better skills than that I've got now with different fish selection, and it goes so nice once all those stems and stuff start filling in, and then they all come out the top as well, and you've just got this full jungle above it. So you've got it looks like a full-size tank, even though it's a half tank. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's one of my favourite sort of styles to do, actually.
Wicked.
And then this one here is my archerfish tank. So they're at the back there because we're all here. But they are very shy fish. They're very aware of like everything in their surroundings. And because they'll know that you're not usually here. I'm not even kidding. They'll know that there's two people that are taller here. They know that you're not Kate, because Kate will be the feeder a lot of the time for those guys. And they'll just be like, no, we don't know that one. And they're always looking up because they normally spit. So they're at the top of the tank, they get very freaked out. But I kind of deliberately left this one, again, like it's quite molmy and everything. But there's breeding that happens in that molm, and the baby survives, so...
It's interesting because stuff like that you find in the wild, and it's just quite normal and natural, and fish love it.
Exactly.
So it's just not as like pretty for us, so the fish just absolutely love it. So.
That's a lot more like you'd find in an embankment, isn't it? Where you've got like all the roughness as well.
I mean, pristine, clean plants and stuff you just don't find in nature in the wild. So it's just.
But I will be changing it soon, like freshening it up a little bit. Sort of had its day. But
it's good.
And then above here we've got. So this is a green neon tetra tank, believe it or not. They're in there. I can see one in the back.
They are quite shy fish, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
I think I need a diverfish in there with them.
To bring them out.
Yeah, it's like a black water style, but yeah.
We had a tank with them in, and we used to actually use rummy nose tetras, and then they were out all the time. So yeah, it does help.
Rummies, yeah.
Rummies we used, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put some rummies in there for sure then.
Should bring them out.
And next to it, I've got a little Endler Cove sort of thing, so it's like a cave you're looking into was the idea.
Yeah.
And they breed really well, and that's where all the babies in there came from. So. Yeah, just kind of a natural vibe. A little bit of algae on the bottom and stuff. I was going to pick it up. I thought,
pretty cool actually with the colours for the rocks and the fish and stuff, because it's almost like, the yellows and the pinks and the fish have got the same in the rocks.
Yeah, I meant that.
Is that intentional?
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, definitely. But well, that's everything.
Wow.
What do you think?
I've had the official tour of MD's place. This is amazing. So, it's kind of surreal that, I'm here.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it feel like it does on video?
Better.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely. I can say that I've been here now, and I'm amazed at how many tanks there are and how much work you must put into them and stuff. Not only with the content, but like the maintenance and everything, and the ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
well, like I always said to you, having this many tanks, I couldn't do a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
So it's all in the setup. The methods that I kind of stick by. There's been a lot of people over the years that have said that it's all fake, and I have a team in here doing stuff, and every tank's actually CO2 and that. But you can clearly see that that's not the case. The plants wouldn't grow this way if it was full CO2, would it? So,
I mean, that's totally credit to you and your experimentation and your method that you come up with, because there's tons of information out there and stuff, and we tried different things, and you've clearly found a method that now you're trying to share with your viewers, and and hopefully people can have similar success.
I wouldn't like to call it my method. I think it's an adaptation of stuff I've read, I'd say, like an amalgamation.
And I think everybody does that to a degree, and certainly I do as well. I haven't come up with the way I do things. I've read things and tried things, and through trial and error, and it's whatever works for you.
And you're right, that's how it is, isn't it? It's like, try things that work for you, because there's no one strict rule. And if I've always taken the good parts and tried to put them together with the next new thing I tried in the next, and eventually come onto something where I'm pretty confident every tank I set up can be a success now. You always get the odd one, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. The odd ball. But no, thanks for inviting me over, mate.
No problem. We've got to get building though, haven't we?
We have. Yeah, we're going to run out of time, haven't we? Hopefully.
So, do I get a stamp of approval from a professional aquascaper and also a professional gallery owner?
Yeah, go on then.
I better make you a coffee now.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've been on the road 4 hours and I haven't got coffee yet.
Well, I thought we'd do it straight away, get it out of the way. So
that's brilliant. Nice and raw. Thank you.
All right, well, let's get building. So thanks for watching, everyone. Look out for mine and Dave's video on the build. That's coming very shortly. See you soon.